So, Camilla Parker Bowles is the Queen Consort of England, wearing a crown and living in a palace. Yet, according to this story, her own son was physically turned away from the gates of Windsor Castle while her husband was on the throne. And the person who allegedly gave that order was Prince William. That is where this story begins. And honestly, it becomes much more layered from there, because this was not a simple scheduling conflict or a security misunderstanding. It was portrayed as a deliberate and calculated decision by the future king to draw a clear line about who belongs inside the royal circle and who does not. And the person on the other side of that line was his father's wife. If you haven't already, hit subscribe and join us here at Crown Watch, because we're following all the latest developments as they unfold. So, let's go straight to the night when everything reportedly reached a breaking point. It was supposed to be a magnificent evening of royal elegance at Windsor Castle, the Windsor Charity Gala. Dignitaries, aristocrats, and global benefactors were all present, creating a polished event designed to showcase the monarchy at its most united and majestic. And Camilla had reportedly been working behind the scenes to ensure that her eldest son, Tom Parker Bowles, would be included among the honored guests. Now, Tom Parker Bowles is not a stranger to royal circles. He is a well-known food critic and author who has attended family events for years, although never in an official royal capacity and never formally recognized as part of the royal institution. According to the claims in this story, Camilla, now Queen Consort, felt that the time had come to bring her children closer into the royal fold, beginning with Tom's involvement in high-profile royal occasions. She made her request and pushed for his inclusion. She even involved King Charles, believing that her husband could persuade his son to understand her point of view. However, Prince William reportedly saw the situation very differently. This was not a private dinner or a casual family gathering. This was a royal occasion filled with history, tradition, and symbolism. And William has always understood that symbolism carries enormous importance within the monarchy. Prince William understood that every photograph, every seating arrangement, and every name on a guest list sends a message about who the monarchy values and who it does not. So, when the guest list was finalized, Tom Parker Bowles' name was reportedly missing, leaving Camilla stunned. She pleaded, negotiated, and used every channel available to her, but William allegedly refused to change his decision. Then came the night of the gala. Guests in sparkling gowns and tailored suits arrived at Windsor Castle's gates. Cameras flashed, and luxury vehicles passed through the entrance. According to the claims in this story, Tom Parker Bowles attempted to enter alongside his mother's entourage. What happened next was described as a shocking moment, especially considering he is the son of the Queen Consort. Security officials, acting on clear instructions, reportedly denied him access. Eyewitnesses allegedly described a moment of extreme awkwardness, Tom's visible shock, the silence that followed, and the humiliation of being quietly turned away while other guests continued into the castle. Inside, Camilla had to maintain her public image, smiling for cameras, waving to guests, and performing the role of a gracious consort while dealing with what was portrayed as one of the most personal and public humiliations she had faced since becoming Queen Consort. People who were reportedly present claimed that her expression appeared tense and that she seemed deeply affected by the situation. For the first time in years, she appeared vulnerable rather than simply majestic. This was not described as a private disagreement handled behind closed doors. Instead, the story portrays it as a public rejection that happened at the gates of Windsor Castle, with the world watching. And when the gala ended, the final guests departed and the cameras stopped flashing, Camilla reportedly struggled with the aftermath. Sources in the story claimed that she broke down inside the grand walls of Windsor Castle. Her composure allegedly disappeared, leaving her emotional and humiliated, not only as Queen Consort, but also as a mother. One staff member reportedly said it was the expression in her eyes that remained unforgettable. It was not anger at first, but disbelief, as if she could not believe Prince William had actually made such a decision. But according to the claims, he did. Prince William allegedly gave the order, and Tom Parker Bowles was denied entry to a royal gathering that Camilla had personally helped organize. In doing so, the story, suggests that William created a difficult and highly controversial divide within the royal family. An unbreakable barrier was reportedly created between Camilla's family and the monarchy's inner circle. According to the claims in this story, Camilla later said to her aides, "I thought we were past this. I thought we were family." That statement, whether true or not, represents the deep divide between what she believed her position meant and what Prince William was reportedly willing to accept. She may have assumed that becoming Queen Consort would finally give her children the recognition and acceptance she had hoped for over many years. However, the story suggests that William's actions showed that titles and royal symbols could not erase the complexities of the past. To understand why Prince William allegedly took such a firm position, the story goes beyond his royal training and looks at the emotional foundation of his identity, his mother, Princess Diana. Although Diana's life tragically ended in 1997, her influence never disappeared from William's perspective. Her values, experiences, and struggles continued to shape him throughout his life. More than any royal title, Princess Diana played a significant role in shaping the future king. William was not only born as the heir to the throne, he was also the son of a woman admired by millions, a woman who, according to many accounts, experienced deep pain within the institution he would one day lead. As a child, William witnessed his mother struggle under the intense pressure of royal life. He saw the media attention, the public criticism, and the emotional challenges surrounding the monarchy. He also grew up hearing discussions about Camilla, the breakdown of his parents' marriage, and the private issues that unfolded behind palace walls. Then came the devastating loss of Princess Diana in a tragic accident. A loss of that magnitude can leave a lasting impact, and for William, it reportedly created a lifelong determination. Never allow the same pain to happen again, not to his wife, not to his children, and not under his leadership. Rather than responding with public anger, Prince William has often been portrayed as someone who wants to honor his mother's legacy through careful, responsible, and thoughtful decisions. So, where does Queen Camilla fit into this emotional history? Despite efforts to improve Camilla's public image over the years, the story claims that William would never forget the role she played in his mother's personal journey. To him, she was not simply King Charles's longtime partner. She was also connected to one of the most painful chapters of Princess Diana's life and the marriage that was meant to support the future of the monarchy. However, over the years, William has shown moments of acceptance toward Camilla, including public appearances, smiles, and respectful interactions. Prince William has shared pleasant remarks and speeches about Camilla, and he even supported her becoming Queen Consort after the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. However, according to the claims in this story, some insiders say those public gestures were more about diplomacy than genuine personal affection. Behind the scenes, his relationship with Camilla has reportedly remained cautious and distant. The story suggests that William recognized Camilla's importance to his father's happiness, but he never viewed her as the foundation of the monarchy's future. As Camilla's role continued to grow, from Duchess of Cornwall to Queen Consort, the divide between acceptance and trust allegedly became more noticeable. Her name began appearing in headlines alongside figures such as Queen Elizabeth II and Princess Diana. According to this narrative, that was the point where William struggled the most. For him, Princess Diana was not just his mother, she represented a legacy. The story claims that William felt that legacy was being rewritten, softened, or reshaped to make space for the woman connected to one of the most painful periods of Diana's life. Therefore, Camilla's efforts to include her family in royal events, beginning with Tom Parker Bowles, were reportedly viewed by William as more than a simple guest list decision. The story portrays it as something deeply personal. Allowing Camilla's son to appear alongside members of the royal family in official photographs, guest lists, and charity events was allegedly seen by William as an attempt to erase the sacrifices and struggles associated with Princess Diana's story. According to the claims, William believed it was not about Tom Parker Bowles personally, but about what his presence represented. The story suggests that he viewed it as a symbolic step toward recognizing a place within the royal circle that he did not believe belonged there. And this reflects how Prince William is often portrayed as handling difficult situations. According to palace sources mentioned in this story, his expression barely changed when he declined Camilla's request. He did not raise his voice or engage in a public argument. He simply said no. When questioned, he reportedly responded, "This isn't about the guest list. It's about what we stand for." That statement reflects the image of William as someone guided not by personal conflicts, but by principles, tradition, and the values he believes represent the future of the monarchy. Prince William has often been portrayed as seeing himself as both the future guardian of the crown and the protector of his mother's dignity. So, according to the claims in this story, when he closed the gates of Windsor to Camilla's son, it was not meant as an act of cruelty, but rather as a statement of conviction, a message that Princess Diana's legacy still matters and that her story cannot simply be rewritten. The narrative suggests that, as long as Prince William remains a central figure in the monarchy, he will continue to honor his mother's memory and protect the values he believes she represented. However, what happened next reportedly moved the situation beyond a single dramatic evening and into something more structured. If the Windsor Gala was described as a public rejection, the story claims that what followed was a much deeper and more personal decision involving Queen Camilla's family. Only weeks after the controversy surrounding her son, Prince William's administration reportedly made another major decision. This time, it was not about guest lists or royal appearances. It was about finances, influence, and control, and it involved someone even closer to Camilla than many people realize: her sister Annabel Elliot. For nearly 2 decades, Annabel Elliot had reportedly played a significant role within the royal household. She is a respected interior designer who worked on the refurbishment and modernization of several properties connected to the Duchy of Cornwall, the historic royal estate traditionally managed by the heir to the throne. Annabel Elliot was appointed during King Charles's time as Duke of Cornwall. Her projects reportedly included restoring historic cottages and designing luxury rental properties throughout Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly. Her work was highly valued, and according to financial records mentioned in the story, she received substantial payments over the years before King Charles became monarch, including a reported payment of around £25,000 in one financial year for her design services. However, when Charles became king in September 2022, control of the Duchy of Cornwall transferred to Prince William as the new Duke of Cornwall. According to this narrative, William wasted no time in reviewing the arrangements and redefining the boundaries of how the estate would be managed. According to royal financial documents and inside sources mentioned in the story, Prince William decided not to renew Annabel Elliot's long-term contract for the financial year covering 2023 to 2024. There was reportedly no major announcement or public explanation, just a simple omission from the records. According to the claims, Camilla's family was effectively removed from the royal payroll. To the public, this may have appeared to be a routine administrative decision or a simple budget adjustment. However, the story suggests that behind palace walls, the decision carried much greater significance. This was portrayed as Camilla's final remaining connection to family influence within the monarchy's operational structure. Her son, Tom Parker Bowles, had reportedly been denied a more visible royal role, and now her sister, Annabel Elliot, who had worked with the Duchy of Cornwall for nearly 2 decades, was no longer involved in the estate's operations. According to the narrative, her position, income, and prestige disappeared with a single decision. The timing was reportedly especially difficult for Queen Camilla. Annabel Elliot had been a close supporter of Camilla through many important moments, from her early public appearances to the coronation, where she served as a coronation attendant. Their relationship, built over decades of shared experiences and public scrutiny, had reportedly made Annabel one of Camilla's strongest personal sources of support. The story claims that seeing her sister removed, not because of wrongdoing or poor performance, but because William allegedly considered her role unnecessary, was deeply upsetting for the Queen Consort. Palace insiders cited in the story claimed that Camilla was distressed by the decision, with one source stating that it was not about the money, but about the message it appeared to send. Her family is no longer welcome in the new kingdom. Meanwhile, Prince William reportedly remained silent on the matter. Official sources, according to the story, explained that the Duchy of Cornwall was simply evolving under new leadership and that changes were part of a broader modernization process. According to this story, palace staff had reportedly learned enough under Annabel Elliott's guidance to continue operating independently. However, very few people believed it was simply a matter of efficiency. The narrative suggests that the decision was personal, another reinforcement of Prince William's invisible boundary around the core of the monarchy. It was portrayed as a message that tradition, royal lineage, and institutional priorities would come before personal relationships, regardless of how long someone had served or who they were connected to. Camilla reportedly began to recognize a pattern: first her son, then her sister. Each decision was described as more than just a rejection. According to the claims in this story, they represented a calculated effort to strengthen William's influence and redefine the structure of the royal family. This is where the larger strategy, according to the narrative, becomes visible. The decision to exclude Tom Parker Bowles from the Windsor Charity Gala was not portrayed as a sudden reaction to a guest list disagreement. Instead, it was described as part of a long-term approach that had been developing since the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. While the monarchy publicly presented an image of unity and a smooth transition of power, the story claims that Prince William was working behind the scenes to reshape royal boundaries and define the institution according to his vision. His approach, according to this narrative, was not only about preserving tradition, it was also about maintaining control and protecting the future direction of the monarchy. Since becoming Prince of Wales, William has faced a complicated royal landscape. A father, King Charles, balancing personal relationships with the responsibilities of the crown. A stepmother, Queen Camilla, whose role has remained a subject of public discussion despite the passing of time. A brother, Prince Harry, who stepped away from active royal duties. A modern public increasingly divided over the relevance and future of the monarchy. According to the story, Prince William's challenge has been maintaining the monarchy's long-term stability and public legitimacy in an era of constant scrutiny. According to the narrative in this story, Prince William believes that protecting the future of the monarchy requires more than public support. It requires internal discipline, respect for royal lineage, and firm boundaries. From William's perspective, Camilla had reportedly begun to blur those boundaries. Her increasing influence alongside King Charles, her efforts to bring her family closer to royal events, and her desire to be recognized not only as Queen Consort but also as an important figure in a new royal era were, according to the claims, viewed by William as a challenge to the traditional structure of the crown. The story suggests that William believes his mother, Princess Diana, dedicated her life to protecting the values and image of the monarchy. Therefore, when Camilla requested that Tom Parker Bowles be included at the gala, William allegedly saw it as more than a simple invitation request. He viewed it as a test of influence and responded with a decision that, according to the narrative, sent a powerful message without needing words. By refusing Tom Parker Bowles' inclusion, the story claims that William was making a clear statement. Royal status is built through lineage, duty, and service, not simply through association or marriage. According to this account, there would be no expansion of the monarchy's inner circle and no redefinition of royal identity based on personal connections. For Prince William, the survival of the monarchy depends on maintaining a distinct identity shaped by centuries of tradition, responsibility, and sacrifice. The story claims that William has made similar decisions before and may continue to do so. Since taking control of the Duchy of Cornwall, he has reportedly introduced changes focused on reducing unnecessary spending, limiting favoritism, and increasing transparency. Long-standing appointments from the era of King Charles and Queen Camilla have reportedly been reviewed, adjusted, or removed as part of these changes. According to the narrative, William is creating a monarchy that is leaner, more structured, and less influenced by personal relationships. To the public, Prince William remains the calm and modern heir, a husband, a father, and the future king. But behind palace walls, the story portrays him as a careful strategist, shaping the future of the monarchy and ensuring that, when he eventually takes the throne, the institution reflects his own vision rather than the compromises of previous generations. According to this narrative, Camilla may wear the crown, but within William's future monarchy, her role is portrayed as symbolic rather than strategic, a respected figure, but not the person defining the direction of the institution. According to the narrative in this story, no matter how close Camilla remains to her family, they will never have influence over the true centers of royal power. What makes this situation so striking, the story claims, is how quietly Camilla has responded. There have been no public statements, no direct rebuttals, and no carefully arranged interviews. Those close to her, according to the narrative, say that the emotional impact is noticeable. While she continues to maintain her public composure, the confidence she once displayed appears to have changed. A woman who spent years working to secure her place within the monarchy is now portrayed as moving more cautiously and carefully, aware that she may never fully control the institution she worked so hard to join. The story suggests that Prince William has made his position clear. Princess Diana's legacy will not be forgotten, not by time, by titles, or by the involvement of Camilla's family. This is presented not as simple royal drama, but as a gradual shift in influence and power within the palace. According to this narrative, Camilla's influence, which had grown over the years, is now facing challenges, while William's message becomes stronger through a series of quiet decisions. The story claims, this monarchy runs on bloodlines, not branches. According to the narrative, while Camilla married King Charles, she will never hold the same position in shaping the future of the monarchy as Prince William. Looking at the events described, the gala controversy, the contract changes, and the pattern of decisions, the story suggests that William is not simply responding to individual requests. Instead, it portrays him as carrying out a broader vision for the future of the monarchy, one that focuses on tradition, succession, and the core royal line. With a calm but determined approach, Prince William is portrayed as preparing the path for the future of the House of Windsor and defining the direction the institution may take under his leadership.